किसके बारे में बताएंगे? ये लोग किसके बारे में बताएंगे? ये लोग किसके बारे में बताएंगे?
We can see your screen, by the way. Shafkat, can you hear us?
ये लोग किसके बारे में बताएंगे?
Hello? Shafkat?
Welcome everyone. My name is Ali and I have a Shan with me and Shamin. They're going to help us to do this information session. And this also is session is also being televised on the YouTube as well. So Shan, can you just do the opening and what we're going to do? We're going to show the welcome everyone. My name is Ali and I have a so we do the show the video and we take questions.
Why did you take?
Shamin, can you just make sure everybody's quiet? I give you the co-host. Great. So what we're gonna have, if you look at the agenda that we're gonna talk about the 6 steps to deliver a super speech. And after each step, we're gonna ask you to ask a question. If you have any confusion, the whole idea of this exercise is to prepare you for the competition, which is not far. And also all the information what we're talking about and delivering, it should be on this web page. And I'm gonna give this web page in the chat box. I believe you all know as well, but here we go.
Just inform you I'm still updating. It's gonna be finished soon, promise.
Okay, that's okay. That's the no problem. So this has the information that there are a couple of things Shian is starting up. This is closed now because we already shared information. And now is the time when your speech is prepared, then you submit your speech through this form. We open this form anyway. So this is the form you needed. We come to this, but firstly, I take you to a YouTube video series, which we prepared for you to make your job very easy. I'm going to find it. Yeah, I got it here right there, which will make life easier. This YouTube video series is basically saving us our time rather than I explain over and take along. Sean prepared them for you to look at it. And this will be talking about these 6 steps. Okay, so let's watch it. And after each video, we take a pause. If you have any question or something you want to ask, please do so. Okay, and I give you a link for this one as well. Here we go. Beautiful. And Shan, it's okay. You can do the web page later. We'll be releasing it tonight anyway. So let's get to listen to it. I'll make sure we have audio. Yep, we shared the audio. If any challenge, you can just put in a chat box. I believe you all using Zoom at school.
Welcome to the speech competition of 2021, presented by Young Innovators Network. In this competition, you're going to be delivering a super speech, an amazing speech. Your speech is going to be brilliant. And to help you out with getting started with your speech, there's going to be about 6 total videos or instructions or parts to making a speech. And we'll tell you what you need to do for each part. So part 1 is going to involve writing your actual speech. We'll tell you what topic you're going to do. We'll tell you what you might want to talk about, what you might want to include. Then we'll give you pointers on rehearsing for your speech. So how many rehearsals should you have? What should you do during the rehearsals, etc. Then step 3 is to actually record a video for your speech, because when you're going to record your speech, you need to make sure that you send it to us as well. And when it comes to sending, this is where part 4 comes in, or step 4, where you'll actually upload the speech video. This will be on YouTube, and we'll also tell you what else you need to do other than uploading, as in what should the title be, what should your description be. And part 5 is we'll tell you how to submit the speech with the provided form links. And part 6 tells you how to share the video and who you should share it to, what views, likes, and comments will give you. On top of that, getting likes, comments, and views on your videos might give you extra points, and you'll find out more about this in the marking rubric and criteria. So move on to the next video, where we'll start with writing your speech.
Okay, so we got a first question. Thank you very much, Ibrahim Naman. Can you give it to us in Google Classroom? Look, this is we prepared these videos. It's on a YouTube. Everybody can access it. What you're referring to, the link is in a chat box, and the link also been emailed to you to your parent email address. So everything is given, but if you still didn't get it, then we can give it to you through WhatsApp as well if you want. But what you're referring to, we also ran what we call a course on public speaking, where we use the classroom because we needed it. It was a 3-day course as well. So you don't need a Google Classroom for this one. Any other question about the first video? Anything you are confused about, or something you didn't get it? You can feel free to open your webcam or mic to talk. It's your opportunity to ask as many questions or what you're going to do. And don't forget, whatever you learn today might get you prize. And we will talk about prizes afterwards. Last call, we go to the next video, which is the next step. Okay, Rizwan just joined now. Shamin, keep an eye on the waiting. Thank you. We should disable the waiting room actually. How do we do it? Don't worry about it. I'll do it later. Okay, we just finished the first video, which is a 1 minute, just talk about the steps, and these video already on the YouTube and the links in the chat box. You should be getting it. Shamin, can you send those two links to Rizwan directly? Okay, this is the first step to write a speech.
Writing a speech. Step 1. What are we writing our speech about? The topic for your speech will be the responsibilities of the youth of migrant communities. Well, who are the youth? We're referring to the offspring, we're referring to the young people of migrant communities who come to this country. Now, when we say responsibilities, what do we mean? You can talk about how they have a responsibility towards their own parents who actually came here, towards their families. You can also talk about their responsibility towards their communities, the community that they live in, the accepting community that let them stay here, that helped them out, that made sure everything was good for them. You can also talk about their responsibility towards these people as well. Other than this, you can also discuss what they can do in their everyday lives to make their life here better, to make their life better for their parents, and to make their life better for their communities. Because that's what's important for them. They have an important responsibility because they're also representing the country that they came from, and they're representing their own families who struggle to get here. And on top of that, they're representing their communities. So you can actually talk about this during your speech. Otherwise, why should we write a speech? I mean, why do we write speeches rather than just say them? Or rather than just think about a speech? The reason we write speeches is to make sure our speech is perfect, to make sure that we can structure everything properly, and to make sure that we don't miss anything. Writing your speech will also help us in marking, and will help you in sharing your speech around. You'll find about that more when we talk about uploading your speech to YouTube. But otherwise, writing your speech has a lot of benefits, and when you're proofreading your speech, you can actually make it much, much better. When you're going into, let's say, your tests, or when you're writing an assignment, when you write down your speech, instead of just saying it or winging it in one go, you'll actually find a lot more mistakes and make your speech perfect because you can switch around words and make it sound amazing afterwards. This is why we write speeches. Now, your speech structure. There's a couple things you'll want to include. First of all, an introduction with a hook. When we say a hook, a sizzling start is also a very good thing you can include. But a hook, you want to hook your audience in, right? So you want to include many important things. Maybe start off with a very big word. Maybe try and introduce something very, how should I say this? Try and introduce anything that's special, anything that you want to use to provoke their emotions, right? Tell them to think about something important. So try and bring a hook that brings in your audience's interest. After that, try and have a couple main ideas. When we say main ideas, you may want to talk about one thing and then talk about another thing. That's fine. Just make sure your ideas are separate. Don't try and mix them together because that'll make your speech confusing. After this, make sure to include a conclusion for your speech. The length of your speech will be from 3 to 5 minutes. And also make sure to say who is writing the speech. So is this speech all done by you? Did someone help you? Make sure to mention who actually helped you for your speech. And examples of speeches right now, we'll send them as well when we can. So I'll just skip this part here. Now, preparing for your speech. You have step 1, writing your speech. This is going to be your first draft. So your script, in this case, will be your speech. And then when you're writing it, make sure to double check if your speech structure is correct. Make sure to include everything you can. After that, say your speech out loud. You'll know if it sounds good when you actually say it rather than read it. Because if it rolls off the tongue properly, then you know that you wrote it properly, right? After saying it out loud, you'll notice some things you want to change. So what we want you to do, edit your script and fine tune it properly. Edit your script so that you can change around words. Edit your script so that you can include many other sentences that you like instead. Try and get rid of any extra sentences that you feel like there's too much. Oh, this sentence is useless. Let's remove it. Let's add another sentence. So edit your script after you say it out loud. After that, repeat your script again to find the duration. And when we say duration, we mean words per minute. Some people usually can say about 100 words per minute, 130 words per minute. So make sure to repeat your script and also time yourself when you're doing it. After that, fine tune the speech, change any words, add some bold some text as well. So you know to emphasize on something. Otherwise, add any notes for gestures and voice variation. When you say gestures, that means moving your hands around, maybe moving left and right. Voice variation is when you increase how loud you are, or maybe say something really, really quietly. And this is for your final speech. So add any extra notes for yourself to make your speech better and to present it in a really good way. Otherwise, there's some common time delaying traps. I'll just quickly go through them. Don't think too much, don't write too much, and quality matters much more over quantity. Thank you.
You got the idea about writing now. So any questions? Thanks for who joining us. It's really great. And people who join late, as I mentioned, it's all recorded on YouTube. It's been televised. I gave you a link. You can share with the friends as well, so they get benefit as well, regardless they are not participating. But beside that, if you miss something or you think, so it's all there, you can come back. Any question about writing? I just want to add a couple of more comments about. One is the topic is very broad. Don't think just word stuck with the word responsibilities or stuck with the word they say use. You can take a good story about your parents or a migrant who did something and you want to inspire others. So it's anything around youth and a migrant community will be good. Excellent question, Rizwan. I really appreciate. You will know more about. Rizwan asked question, do we submit or upload writing as well? Yes, it will be a description of the your video when you upload to YouTube. It will explain to you as well how to do it. Very good question. When we talk about hook, he mentioned a hook. It's like a grabbing attention of your audience. Like I come to you and ask you, have you seen a child who never spoke a word to his grandparents, but he visited 100 times? So that is like getting attention because they both speak a different language. A child never learned a language of the parents. Ibrahim asks, can we upload it on a YouTube channel? We'll cover it later. You can upload wherever you want to. And we just need a link. We will cover it. Good question. Keep pushing it. That's very good. So hook is very important, grabbing attention. The example also, he mentioned about example. We have one example. We already received one part submission. We'll show it to you as well. So you can know that what kind of competition you're going to face. But participation is the biggest competition itself. If you participate, mean you are already winner. Okay. Ibrahim, we will cover that question when you say, I get 100 views a video with, that's good. Serena asks, do we have to make a video with our face or just our voice? Stick to just talk about writing at the moment. Have you finished your writing? You have question about it? Have you started writing? So there are 6 steps. So we're just talking about writing at the moment. But I'll come to these questions again. You keep these questions when you ask again, do we have to make a video with our face or just a voice? We'll talk about later. It will be covered. Can I opt or not to have my video to be on the YouTube public mode? Yes, it's possible. You need to put in an unlisted mode. Very good question, Rizwan. Very good. We didn't cover that in our video because we believe you want to have more and more views to talk about it. Okay. Any more question? We have some great leaders here, and I'm very much excited to see your work as well. Any more question? We're moving to the next, which is you have written the speech.
Now, rehearsal. How do we rehearse for our speeches? How do we practice our speeches? Why is rehearsal so important? When it comes to memorizing or doing anything well, you want to practice. When you're doing practice, you want to make sure you repeat things. If you don't repeat things, you don't become good at them. This applies to video games, this applies to schoolwork, this applies to memorizing, this applies to habits, this applies to exercise. Repetition is key. This is why rehearsal is so important. Now, memorizing your speech. Why do we want to memorize our speeches? If you memorize your speech, you're able to actually maximize on everything else that matters. What do we mean by this? We mean if you memorize your speech, you can focus on giving eye contact. Eye contact is important because if you look away, people think you're reading off a paper. If you look directly into the camera for your videos, then people feel like you're talking to them directly. So it's very important to make eye contact with the camera you're looking at or with the camera that's filming you. That's what's going to make your speeches really, really good. Other than this, you also want to memorize your speech so you can focus on other things such as voice variation as well. Voice variation is when we actually change the tone or pitch of our voice to try and say something like, "This is crazy," right? I change the pitch of my voice to make it sound like I think this is crazy, right? So when I change my pitch, you can tell that my emotions or the tone that I'm speaking in also changes. From this serious or informative tone, I change to a, how should I put this, ridiculous tone, right? This is why voice variation is important. And also, the speed I say things at is really, really important as well. If I say something really, really slowly, it sounds like I'm emphasizing on it. If I say it really, really quickly, then it doesn't sound like I'm emphasizing. It's actually harder to pick up the information. So voice variation is also very, very important, and you should practice it as well. Other than this, your body gestures. Right now, I don't have a webcam recording me. However, when you move your hands around or make specific signs with your hands, then this helps other people figure out or follow the story you're saying. If you're trying to describe someone's child, and if you're trying to say your child is a blessing and they're an explosion, right? Let's say I'm talking about someone's child. I say, your child was amazing. I bring my hands up in the air as if I'm cheering them on. I bring my hands up in the air as if I'm saying they're gigantic, right? And that's what's important. If you move around and actually use proper body gestures with your speeches, that'll make it easy for people to follow you, and it'll also make your speeches more interesting to listen and even look at as well. So make sure to focus on body gestures as well. And rehearse at least 3 times, because 3 times is your minimum. That's what you need to know. If you do any less, you're taking a massive risk. So at least rehearse or practice 3 times over. And finally, get ready to record your speeches. Make sure your camera has you in a full body frame, meaning from top to bottom. We want to see your whole body. We want to see your body gestures for your videos. And make sure all your equipment's ready. Practice, look around. And we'll talk more about this, I think, in maybe part 3 when it comes to actually recording yourself. So you'll know more about setting up your camera properly. Good luck and thank you. Now,
Great. Now you have got an idea about rehearsal. There are 2 things I want to clarify because we experience ourselves. One is the standing position. We are not expecting from top to toe. We are only expecting up to the the up to the thigh level or above, where we can see your hand gesture. That's all we are meant. At the moment, I'm sitting down. That's why you feel it. So I stand up, and also example. We have example, and so see the. I need to go back a little to show you, but the video example we have. So, and the second thing is, we prefer you record your video in a portrait mode, mean holding mobile in the vertical way rather than landscape. So this will also give you the idea as well. In the example, you will see as well. So standing with it, we can see your hand gesture in a portrait mode. So I just put that in standing in and recording in a portrait mode. Shan, push up the video. We're gonna watch that later, but at the moment, I just show it to you the position point of view.
Hello everyone, my name is Shazeen and today I'll be talking about migrant community.
So this is okay up to as long as we can see your hands. We come back to this video. This is very important to have. Now we're looking how recording side of it. Okay, any question about rehearsal? Serene, very good question. Look at that. Look at my face at the moment. Am I looking at you? No, because I'm reading your question. Her question is, do we have to memorize completely or can we read off a paper? Now look at that. Her question is, can she read off the paper? See the difference? When you read off the paper, you become a reader, not a speaker. Your hands and other things, you become monotone. And you will see in the example as well, where she was good with the words and things and where she had to. But people use teleprompter, people use cue cards, you can use whatever the trick, as long as we don't feel that you're reading. Your eye contact, maintain the camera, your hand gesture and things, and you are not repeating the lines because you're reading. So that's what all we want. So we are not restricting you, because there's another thing very important for you. Look at the situation now. In the future, all your presentation will be like that. You will be presenting in front of a camera most of the time. Or if you're sick, you can upload your video. You don't need to go to school that day. So this is a skill you are going to get. So my answer is, memorizing give you confidence. There'll be no and ahs, and there'll be no reading monotone kind of thing. I have a question. Atisham Khan asked, I have a question about speech writing. Do we need to introduce ourselves? Very good question. I think is good idea. We have put the sign on the front for the judges, but it's okay. It's good actually to introduce. And there are many ways to do it. Like I can come, welcome to the introduction session about how to do the speech competition, that kind of thing. My name is Ali and I will be your MC for the rest of the program. You can do that. It's good. It's a very good, if we didn't cover somewhere, so I just say that. Thank you for the question. Anything about the rehearsal or something we already covered? When you prepare your speech and you're rehearsing, just make a habit. Look at the little dot inside the mobile camera or a webcam camera. That is the person you're looking at. That now you can see I'm right looking into your eyes. Before I'm going here, then means you feel that I'm reading and I'm doing something other than looking at you. Okay. Moving to the next thing. Any more questions? Your questions is your learning and also our learning as well.
We've come to part 3, which is recording your speech. How do we record our speeches? First of all, this is what we expect in general. So this is the expectation for everyone who's a part of this competition. First of all, your environment. When it comes to your environment, you want to make sure your environment is clean, you don't have anything around you. And what we want to focus on is you and what you're doing, basically. That's it. So try and make sure the environment is clean. If you can find a really nice area, like maybe your study room, maybe a little library you might have in your house, that's amazing. It'll actually help you when it comes to setting up a good background, and it will also make things easier for you. Now, your sound is also very important. When I say sound, I mean audio. You can hear me right now, correct? Do you hear little birds chirping in the background? Do you hear people laughing and screaming? No. Because we want to hear you, make sure you don't have any of these. These are all distractions for the audience. So make sure there's no distractions like these. And this reminds me, when it comes to your environment, make sure there are no distractions or anything dangerous in your environment. Moving forward, your standing position and background. Well, I spoke a little bit about background in your environment, but your standing position is very important. The better your posture, the more confident you'll look, and the better you'll look in the first place. And when it comes to your standing position or position in the camera, you want to see at least your whole body or your knees upwards, right? And from there, your background as well should be either very clean or something specific. Maybe you want to blur out your background, that's fine as well. Maybe you can have a park, but just make sure that you're the focus in the camera. You don't want anything else to be distracting your audience. You want to be in a well lit room with balanced lights. So since you might be doing this inside of a room, you want to make sure all the lights are on, and you want to also make sure there's a balance of lights. What do I mean by a balance of lights? If you have a light staring directly into your camera, you're going to have glare. You're going to also have issues with us seeing you as well. So make sure there's a balance of lights. The more balanced your lighting is, the cleaner you'll look on the camera and the cleaner your video will be overall. You can look up on YouTube for any tips on this as well. Moving forward, there are various recording options that we're going to let you use. You can use your webcam. You can also use your mobile phone and stand. And after using all of these, you want to make sure to watch yourself. When I say watch yourself, look at the video, see what you can improve on, and then improve on that. If you've noticed, oh, I'm moving too much to the right of the screen, I'm not in the center, I don't look that good in the center. Okay, if you don't look that good in the center, move to the right. If you're moving too much to the right and you want to stay in the center, try and re-record the video, put little markings on the floor so that you know this is too much to the right, this is too much on the left. You can do this, rewatch yourself, or you can send this to someone for feedback, okay? Feedback is very important, so you can send it to us via WhatsApp for feedback, or you can send it to a friend, or you can send it to your parents and ask them for feedback. And make sure to re-record if required, and get ready to upload this as well. Make sure you have the file available for upload, which we'll explain in part 4 or step 4, how to upload to your video and what we expect when you're uploading your video. So always try and watch yourself afterwards and re-record it. Get as much feedback as you can so you can make the best possible video. Good job with watching the video and staying in tune with everything, and good luck.
Excellent. Good effort, Shan. A couple of things I learned myself as well. Any question about recording the speech? Yes, Sham, we encourage you to put a virtual background to make it that suit your video. For example, you're talking about environment, you can make it there at home. If you talking about, let's say, talking about Amazon jungle, you can't go there and record, but nowadays technology allows you. So whatever you do extra, there'll be a bonus points as well. Excellent. Is the competition based on age group? Winner decided based on age. Very good question. At the moment, we will be looking at the quality of the thing rather than making based on age, because it is not something a 7 years old and a 13 years old speak the same thing, as long as they have something genuine and they have something quality work. So they'll be based on their whatever they present. Should we also Shan, do you have any comment about Rizwan Basha question? Is the competition based on age group? Winners decide based on age. What age group we are catering there?
We're mostly catering for ages. Oh, I forgot. We were writing it down.
But I take this question and we will discuss, because it's a very valid question. We will look into it, how the age group, how many people come through. If we see there is something not fair or is not equal playground, we might have more prizes. I'll talk about prizes there, but very good question. Shan, note down this. We need to discuss this.
Okay, yeah.
Etisham Khan asks, should we also add special effects or it's too much? As long as you don't edit your own video, means you don't cut, pause, you record it and take chunk out to do the, which is called video editing. But do something in the background, putting something, balloons or flags or paint a wall, whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as your video go continuously in a single go and you don't edit it, we should be okay. If you're not satisfied, you can just repeat the question or just say, look, I still don't understand. You can say it, it's okay. Because we are here to help you, not just we wanted to have a session. Serena asks, will other people see our video like other participants? Yes, it's open. When they upload, you will see them on YouTube. And I'll talk about as well. That's a very good question as well. But if you don't want them to see, you can upload as unlisted. There's an option in a YouTube when we talk about there. We said public because we want people to share each other and look at each other. But I'll give you a trick to talk, how you can deal with it. The person named loading, are we allowed to edit our videos or not? You can crop it from the start and end, but as I say, in the middle, we not gonna allow to edit your video. We will know it, our judges will know it, video has been edited. It's very easy to pick. So it should be recorded in a one go. You can do 3 racer. If you're not happy, you can re-record it. Even, sorry about that. If you recorded a video, you upload on a YouTube, get people feedback, improve it, re-record it. We will only watch the one you give it in the submission form. Excuse me. Not even intro and outro. Or you're talking about that thing. Yeah, you can do that, but that's extra part, but it should not include you. You can add something, but it should be within the same time limit. Shan, can you take some question? I need a water.
Yep. Which question were you on? Did they message you the question?
Yes, in the chat. Oh, he's sending directly to me. Okay, that's fine. Sorry, I get it. So Ibrahim, you happy with the answer? You understand? Ibrahim asked, can we put intro and outro? You can put it like a splash or thanks at the end and spice it up. It's okay. It's an extra bonus thing. But we only concern when you're speaking, you continuously keep going. You don't take chunk out. You don't take out and ahs. The other thing I wanted to add, I experienced myself. The glasses, you see when I had the glasses like this, you see the reflection. If you adjust the glasses, your reflection can go. And you need to do, now the reflection will be less. Just a second. Yeah. So you adjust it according to the light. Where I'm sitting, I'm getting a reflection. The other thing I want to, we prefer recording mode is a portrait and with the mobile, it's easy to do with a stand, with extra, it's there. But portrait video more and more popular because your speeches are short and people will be watching on the mobile most of the time. So it will get you extra edge. When you do in landscape, the left and right will be having a lot of empty spaces. But if you have a speech where you want to use that way, follow that as well. There's no restriction because what you plan, for example, you have a poster next to you and you want to use it part of the speech. You need more space. You prefer landscape. We okay with that. Any more questions? great question, by the way. And I can see some of the people that look like a pro. But I have good news. I have good news for all of you. Just let me go through this video because the time is.
Just mentioning that I think Shafir already said this, but just understand that you don't want to you don't want to heavily edit your videos. Reason being is because we want to focus on you presenting your speech in front of a camera, right? So try and do everything in one take. If you're going to edit something, don't edit your actual speech part. You can add an introduction and an outro, but if you heavily edit the actual thing, then that might kind of take away points from you because it would give you that edge compared to everyone else. What we want to focus on is your presentation, your actual video quality. However, the best video quality will be easier to share and it will be better for everyone to view.
So if I sum up what he said, you are not there for the video editing competition. You are there for your speaking competition. Eye contact, contents of the speech, hand gestures, and the voice variation. 4 things. It's nothing to do with the video. Video is a mode. If we are not in a COVID, we will be doing in the big hall this competition. Zanera Zarimran asks a question. If we have an intro that is basically just our name and age, does that count towards the speech time? You have a 3 to 5 minute, so it doesn't take 10 seconds or more. But for the it's okay. 10, 15 seconds won't be costing you too much if you go over anyway. But if you go 5 minutes and 30 seconds, it'll go negative towards you. But if you go 5 minutes and 5 seconds, we are expecting mostly short speeches, but we allow it to 5 minutes. So if somebody has genuinely saying something good and they need more time, it's okay. But focus more on quality than quantity. If you make a shorter speech, but make a really impact one, is better than like Shyam, what we're doing now. He covered in 1.5 minutes or 3 minutes, 4 minutes, he covered the whole recording speech, where we spent 5 minutes only discussing about it. So that's what we did. He had a script, he practiced it, he made a couple of videos. After that, when he was happy, this is the final version. Okay, I'll get that, Hania. Will we see any example of speech? We have one today, but will we keep uploading as we get more? And I'll tell you the more exciting things. So it's a very level playing field. If you know what you're doing, just keep going.
Part 4, uploading the video. You just did the most important part in part 3, or in step 3. Making your video. That's actually the most important part out of all of this. Now comes the easy parts. Uploading our video. When you're uploading your speech in general, you want to upload it to YouTube. So that's where you're planning to upload it. After that, for your title, you want to copy paste the following. This will be the same for your description as well. And we'll talk more about the description afterwards. You want to start off for your title by writing your speech title. So what was the topic of your speech? Then you want to add your name. So whatever your name is, write your full name. Make sure to write your full name. So let's say youth responsibility towards migrant communities. Let's say we'll use my name, Shan Ali. For Young Innovators Speech Competition 2021, hashtag YIA SC 2021. You might be asking, why is there a hashtag in the title? The reason we're adding the hashtag is that way if we have everyone uploading their speeches, by using the hashtag, it'll be easier for us to search for your speech in particular. For your description, you want the exact same thing. However, you can also add other things to your description. You can copy paste your speech text. This will make it easier for us to actually read through your speech, critique it, see what you did or didn't include. And after that, you can also include, a brief introduction, a speaker brief introduction. When we say speaker, we're referring to you. In your video, you're the speaker, right? So you can introduce yourself within your description, and we'll make sure to read this as well. And note down the video link and URL, because later on when you're submitting your project, you want to make sure you have your link so that we can actually look at your video as well.
Any question about uploading? Excellent question. Rabia asked a question. Any deadline for sending video? We put a 5th of August at the moment. We going because we have one event coming where we want to do prize distribution, which is happening on 7th. Okay. So it's on the poster. It is on everywhere. The one thing I want to add into it, where Shan mentioned that putting a speech text in the description is not optional, it's compulsory. I mean, he said that is you should put there, but it's not should we need that text, because that's where we're going to read it, what is it about. Regarding the hashtag, the whole idea is not only having a competition, but also having a good word out there, a genuine thought, something. You will see some of the good stuff which you will say, doesn't matter who wins or loses, you say, look, this person said very nice thing, and I never thought that way. So that's the idea. We are expecting you will write something and you will say something which will make a difference to somebody's life. That's why we chose that topic. Ibrahim asked, when do we have the speech competition? That's a very good question. On the 5th of August evening, next 2 days, judges will be watching it and marking your speeches. After that, you cannot submit your speech. You can upload. This is very clearly, I'm going to say now, I need to clear it up. Okay, I am one of the speakers and I love to make speech. I recorded the video, but I'm not sure how good the others are. And I'm scared to upload now. Everybody will. But what I do, which the girl did today, I'm going to upload to YouTube and ask people to give me feedback, comment and everything, share with family, friends and everything. And I got a lot of feedback. People say, oh, you should do that, this and that. I only take the positive feedback. I delete my video. I maybe leave it there. I record another one, improved one. And then I record and ask the same thing. And people say it's better, are you happy and everything. Let's say we are all happy now with the second video. Now I note down that URL. And now I submit the form. The first one was non-marking video. Nobody marked it. Nobody judged it because you didn't submit it. You only uploaded the video. But submission means you fill up the submission form, which we're going to show it to you. And then you put the URL of the video. We only going to watch that video. Other, if you upload many. So the whole idea, because we are sitting at home in a COVID, I believe most of you from the Sydney, sitting at home, how are we going to get feedback? How are we going to learn? Only people will tell you if they enjoy, if they like something. Like Ashan, I heard him, I already know, he say after that many times. But if he has given to me or we had a time, now I given him feedback, next one he'll be careful and improve it. But obviously it's not, we're not judging it. He did it in a very short span of time this morning, all of this work. We should appreciate him. The next question is, should we share the video to anyone other than YouTube? This question will be covered soon. Let's keep going. Very good. All of the questions are very good. Shan, you can also add anything which you think is worth to be added. As I said, this is the first version what we recorded today. Step 5.
Now we come to the final part, which is submitting your form. When it comes to submitting your form, first things first, you're going to need the form link. The form link will be provided in the description below. Otherwise, we also have it on the screen here. In your form, we're going to ask for the link you can also find on the website, by the way.
Yeah, it's everywhere. All you need to look for it. That's why we have this session. It's going to be really fun. We had a competition in our class. We had a workshop for 3 days on public speaking. By the way, any of you are interested and you can contact us as well. We can do something about it. We have all the resources. You have plenty of time. It's going to be really fun.
The same details as we asked for before when you're originally joining the competition. These details will include your name, school, etc. Other than that, you want to make sure you copy and paste your YouTube speech URL. After completing this form, you should be emailed back.
Now this URL is the one you chose. Maybe you made 3 speeches, but you said the second one, many people liking it, commenting it, sharing it. You pick that up. We are not concerned about it. You can do 2 different speeches and you choose which one you think is good to share, good to submit. It's up to you. You are the one gonna do it.
Back a copy of your form as an acknowledgement, and afterwards you have submitted your form for the competition. And this submission form, you have to make sure includes your YouTube speech URL, and make sure your name inside the form is the same name that you use for your entry and the same name that you use for your video. Any spelling mistakes could cause issues in the system and could cause us to misidentify you as someone else. So make sure you don't get any spelling mistakes wrong. Now, moving on to step 6, which will be the next video.
Okay. Any question about this step 5? So you got the idea. We encourage you do only one video because you got to have time and things, but we are not limiting you. We are giving you choices actually, but we don't want you to be lost in that choice. We want you to do one thing first, see how do you go, how the time allows you. Shamin shared the link. And this is the same one on the website. We showed it to you as well. Everything what we showing you will be uploaded, including these videos, will be uploaded on this page. We're still working on, but by tonight you will have all these videos, example, and everything. So everything in a one place. Any questions about submitting a form? The deadline is 5th of August. Shami, can you type that in? 5th of August, midnight, you can do that. Good.
Now, the final part of your speech, which is sharing your speech. Now, to share your speech, there's a couple things you want to first ask. Why do we want you to share your speech? Think about it. If you're going to do a public speaking competition, or if you're doing a public speech in general, the key word there is public. The public means everyone around the world, maybe everyone in your country, maybe even anyone else. The public includes everyone on the world, or in the world at least. They are the public. They are your audience. So we want you to share this to the public because of the fact it is a public speech. It is for other people to watch. It is for other people to enjoy and learn from. So why do you prepare a public speech if it's not going to actually go to the public? That's what we want to emphasize here. This is why we're asking you to upload it to YouTube and share it around as well. So what you want more people to actually watch your speech, obviously. So what you want to do is that you won't go to everyone and give them URL and be like, oh, please like my video, please comment on it, please view my video and share it around. No, you want feedback. Feedback is what's the most important thing for you. So what you want other people to know as well, you want them to know your ideas, you want them to inspire others and make a movement. Now, as I was talking about feedback, right? When you want to give this to someone, you want to ask them for their feedback. Okay? Feedback is what's important for you. It's how you'll make your video better for next time, at least for your speeches. So, get feedback. If they gave you really good feedback and they really, really liked it, tell them, can you share this to someone else? Can you share this to someone else who might also like it? And then tell them, if you really, really, really liked the video, could you please like it? It's up to them if they want to like it or not. Begging for likes and shares won't help you get anyone. However, if someone really liked your speech, that's a good thing. If people don't really like the speech, that means you need to improve on something. So improve on it. Afterwards, you want to make sure your ideas are also shared. You want to make sure they also understand your ideas. So in their feedback, make sure that they understand what ideas you're trying to give to others and try and inspire others with your video as well. That's a very important thing. Otherwise, beyond this, using your views, likes, and how you marketed your video as well organically, we will measure your effort, and we'll also have it included in the marking matrix. You hear the word matrix, you hear the word rubric, you hear the word criteria. It all means the same thing. It's basically how we're going to assess your actual video that you're going to upload. So your actual speech, that's how we're going to assess it. It's your marking criteria. That's all it is. It all means the same thing. So matrix basically means criteria. After that, where do you want to share this? You want to share it on Facebook, you want to share it on WhatsApp, you also want to share it around on YouTube if you can, because obviously the more you market your video, the better it'll be. If you beg to people, people will probably not want to see it, they won't be interested. However, if you ask nicely, ask for feedback, people will share it if you ask in a nice way. Otherwise, the reason you want to share it around is so that you can get more views, you can get more likes, you can get more comments, and this may also give you extra points. The more you share it around, the more points you'll get. If you share it to, let's say, a bunch of people, like a huge amount of people, what will happen is that if anyone else shares it to, let's say, half the amount, they won't get, let's say, any massive amount of points advantage, right? You'll find out more about it in the marking criteria, which you'll see later. But otherwise, just know that the more you share it, the more likes you get, the more comments you get, the more points you'll actually get. It'll help you in getting extra points. So make sure to share it around as much as you can. Good luck with your speeches. After this point, you'll be finished, and we hope to see you later on in, let's say, top position, second, third, and see you till then.
You got the idea. The bottom line is over there is making a speech to win is a one part, but sharing with others means you are learning how to convey your message to other people. Because if I make a very nice thing, let's say food, and it's too much, I can't finish. Nobody will even know about I cooked it. So this is a practice you are doing now. And that's why we ask you to learn. Your URL, YouTube URL is basically you are sharing with everybody. And where you share, you can use email, put on a Snapchat, whatever the software you use, WhatsApp, you give it to your parents to put on a Facebook and ask for feedback. Say, what should I improve? What did you like? Just these kind of questions. So they will take it as a learning activity, positive activity. By saying to like it, you might get extra like, but not the learning. So now we talk about the, sorry, is with the prize, will there be any person receiving the prize or will be there first, second, third? Hania, we come to this. This is the open question. We are a bit behind the time, but prizes, I'm going to cover it. The competition is not much, I tell you, because of the COVID. We couldn't reach too many people. So competition is very less for you guys. So at the moment we have $500 prizes. We talk about that more about it. We are getting more prize money soon as well. But you want to see where your prizes will be calculated. So that is your marking criteria, rubric, or metrics, whatever you call it. Any more question? Just because of time, if you guys flexible with the time, I really encourage you to get the extra thing. Any more question about the sharing? How to share? And also one more thing, we are happy to take your video to give you feedback without judging it, as long as you don't submit the form before 5th. But this is the best way to learn. Record a video, share it with, and say, look, tell me what to improve. This one, Basha asked, competition poster in the background. Can you give tips on how to do this when recording? We actually changed it. We experienced with the two participants. We made it a little bit better because we realize it's gonna be hard for if you're based on. So we will change it. We'll change in the form as well. Actual form. Shami, can you change that? Just change the competition poster in the background rather than put competition poster on the chest. Okay, the actual form you will see there. Great. Any more questions? all of your parents have our WhatsApp number. You can simply ask question and they come to me and I'll try to help you. Our job is to make you better in public speaking, not to judge you how you are right now. It's okay, Sman, you can leave if you want to. Oh, sorry, yeah, you do. If you know the rest of the thing, actually Sman is one of our mentors, so he knows already most of the things. So let's look at the marking I explained to you.
Finally, we have the marking criteria, your marking rubric, whatever you'd like to call it, or the matrix. There's about 3 main sections to this. Your 3 sections are your speech construction, your presentation and delivery, and your voice. When it comes to your speech construction, we will be looking at your description for your speech so that we can help actually mark this properly, just in case we missed anything from your actual speech. So make sure to copy paste your speech into your description. The speech construction is worth 25%. Your introduction will be worth 5%. The main points of your speech will be 10%. Organization of the speech will also be 5. Conclusion will also be worth 5 points. I say percent, it can also be points as well. So you don't have to take this as 5% as in, oh, perfect introduction will be 5%. Just think of it as points. So if you did a good introduction, we'll give you the 5 points. Same for the rest of it. To get your main points through in your speech, try and section them out properly. So that's why it's not a good idea to only have 1 point. If you have multiple main points, let's say you have 2 main ideas of your whole speech, try and separate them. That way you can get the most marks for your for that second part there, the main points of speech. To get that full 10 marks, having multiple main points and actually distinguishing them, keeping them separate in your speech will help you get those full marks. Now, your presentation and delivery, that's worth 40% because that's what matters in public speaking. It's what can make a massive influence. Keeping eye contact. This is referring to looking directly at the camera because it'll make it look like you're looking towards your audience. Having facial and body gestures, that's worth 5 points. Hand gestures, 5 points. Variety of pace, which is tempo. I spoke a little bit about tempo before, but tempo is basically when you talk really, really fast and you're trying to say something or you're trying to skip past something or just say extra nitty-gritty details that don't matter. Or you can slow down your tempo and speak very slowly to emphasize, make a point, or explain something so that everyone understands. That's how tempo works. Otherwise, the competition poster in the background will also give you 5 points. So try and have the competition poster in the background. You can find the poster on Facebook. You can find it through our other social media outlets. And the recording environment, lights, make sure you have the lights somewhere. That way you have proper lighting. When we say lights in general, we mean you have proper lighting. If your lighting is good, you'll get those 5 points. And if you have a good sound quality, we're giving you points as well. Because a bad sound quality will be bad for you when you're showing it to the public. And also, it'll be bad for anyone else who's listening. And it'll be bad for us since we can't hear you properly. So having a proper sound quality is really good. What we recommend, or what we recommend, but if you're going to have issues with sound, maybe have a separate phone or a separate device recording audio while one device records video. You can edit it together if you need to. However, you don't have to do something this complicated. If you can just go to a quiet environment and make sure there's not too much echo, you should be fine. That's good. Otherwise, you have voice. I think I accidentally skipped this. Voice, which is worth 20%. And your voice projection is worth 10. Voice projection refers to how you actually say everything out loud. And pitch variation, I spoke about earlier. Training your pitch variation to make you sound maybe silly, make you sound laugh, make you sound happy. And voice projection, I was talking about is, when you're just basically very loud or very quiet. If you're very quiet and it's hard to hear you, you won't get the points. So make sure you project your voice properly and you sound completely very, very clear. Otherwise, social media, this is pretty straightforward. This is where we refer to bonus points as well. If you have a good amount of views, likes, or comments, you'll get those 5 points. We're not saying like get 1,000 comments, get 1,000 views, get 1,000,000 likes, right? We just mean a small amount just to fulfill that, to show that you've actually have marketed your video properly. And this will be out of a total of 100. If you do anything extra that's really noticeable or is really, really nice, we'll actually give you the bonus points if you do something extra. Otherwise, this is the main criteria for marking. Thank you for entering the competition, and I hope this marking criteria gives you a good understanding of what you need to work on or what you can focus on. Make sure to record yourself multiple times so that you can see what you need to improve on the next video, because taking multiple takes will give you an idea of how you're going, if you're doing things well, and that's about it. Good job to everyone who was with us so far, and make sure to follow this marking criteria, and we hope we see you at number 1.
Any question about marking criteria? We are going a little bit over, but I just want to make sure we learn something out of anything. This is on the website, will be there as well, marking criteria, you can see it. Any questions? Otherwise, we move on to the how to put a chess badge. This will send in the email. Just a 2-minute. This is a quick video to show you how to make a badge like this for your speech, because you need one so judges can identify you easily. So you will get this link in the email. You click on this link and it will open a new tab. I'm using a Google Chrome, and you just make a copy. When you make a copy, you get the similar badge like this. All you have to do, just change your participant ID. You will have this through your email. When you register it, it sends you email, and the first number on the subject line is your participant ID. If there's any confusion, you can contact us to tell your participant ID. Then you put your first name. You can just delete and put your name there like that. And then you change this one, which is your age. Once you've done this, you can go to file and download as a PDF, or you can directly, if you print it using your printer. Okay, so whatever is you have, you can preferably print in a color. I don't have printer right now, but you can print it, you can download as a PDF and print as a PDF, whatever is convenient. Once you've done that, then put this on to your chest when you are going to record the videos. So it should be visible so judges can read, and you should be look like this. All right, good luck. The link of the, we already sent through the email this link. Okay, I need to go back to the other video. Where is it, the other video? I lost that video. Shamin, can you send it, that video, to chat box? We're gonna see example. So that will conclude our story there with the, and the last part will be left with prizes. Okay, she's gave it to the link of the example. This
Hello
is
everyone, my name is Shazine, and today I'll be talking about migrant community. Parents, those who migrated here, what struggles did you go through? What did you have to give up? And mostly, who did you do this for? Some of these answers are very clear. We take on responsibilities and struggles as parents in life, all for the sake of our children, for our youth, and for our future. Coming into Australia, you didn't have the same language skills, culture, or even experiences as Australians. There was stress, whether it would be from work, family problems, or even finances. Neglect from health, well-being, and sometimes even our own children. I'm not saying this all to strike a chord or to provoke anyone's emotions. I'm mentioning all of this because I have seen it myself. It was never easy, and it never will be easy either. Growing up, I had everything: a better school, yummy food to eat, and learning opportunities for myself. Looking back, as a child, what could I have done to help my parents? Their sacrifice and their struggle. How am I supposed to return all of that to them? Their heart and memories led back to their home country, Pakistan. There's a lot of good in Pakistan, and there's a lot of things like our extended family, the traditions, and the memories that we have. I saw the abundance, the richness, and the deep culture. I found the power and potential that my parents saw in their homeland that I see here in my limited family only. But the limitations for our home countries were and still are finances. Our youth and our community should take everything from our homeland and enjoy it all here in this country, Australia. The culture, the family, and the experiences. So that our families and our parents can enjoy us in making our lives brighter, and we can enjoy both the greatness of our homeland and the opportunities of this country at the same time, rather than losing one or the other. Thank you for listening. Hello everyone.
Okay. You got the idea. This is a first draft, and you feel free to give her a feedback through the comment, a like, whatever, so that you will have a practice what other people are going through with yours. Now we come to these are all in the chat box. You can copy and paste all the chat box for yourself. We already provided you this in the web page which Shan is working on right now. He's going to make a page. At the end of the web page, you will see them there. Regarding the prices, I just had a brief discussion. There are two things about prices. I put it there so we can have a record for both sides. Yes, if I show you, let me get just a second. Okay. It might be, I'll be doing it very briefly, but I'm just showing you, you get the name, first email part of the thing will be having your ID there. But if you miss that email, you can ask it now to Sharmeen directly. She can give it to your ID if you didn't get it. And you can message us on WhatsApp. Rizwan asked, will we be receiving email on our participant ID? Everybody, when this registered, they get the acknowledgement email to their parent email address. Okay. Any more question? I haven't received the email yet. Can I have your number to contact? Can I have your number? You can check with your parents. I just, Shamin, can you directly send it to my number too? It is one. We don't have the email. Okay. Check with Shamin. They will give you, if you give a child name or parent name, she can give you ID, but we send email to everyone. I show you one, the last one we send it. But we'll send the things again. But if you don't have, just reply to the email you received. Otherwise, she's also giving you email address as well. Shamin also give an email to everyone. So now it's an opportunity. You guys are lucky you joined the session. Now you're getting everything sorted rather than on the 5th of the, not this one, YIA. It's okay. This is my email that she sent, but the group email where everybody see that email, anybody can respond you. So you email to this. Email is better because you get a quicker response. It's a YIA52470 @gmail.com. YIA stands for Young Innovator Australia. By the way, there's a lot of opportunities coming. If you prepare your speech well, you'll be given opportunity to participate online events, and you might get extra prizes as well, because if you do well here, you win, you'll be given opportunity to present your speech somewhere, maybe same or different, and you get another point and another prize there as well. Let's talk about prizes. Any more question about please do give her feedback as well. Once you got the link, you open it up in your browser, tell her what she needs to improve, what you like. So that will be her learning. That's your learning as well, to how to give a feedback someone positively. Prizes at the moment, we have $500 for the first three winners. All right, and this is, we will distribute accordingly as proportion wise, not equally, but we will look at the, also we'll look at if we get some junior senior difference, we see, okay, this some people are age wise, they're not there. We didn't look at that way because in the past it didn't happen, but somebody raised it, we'll look at it. But we just decided, I had a brief discussion, every person who get more than 50% in their rubric, so they above the average, above the 50%, they'll get a token prize as well. So think about it, if you do a decent effort, you'll get a prize money, which might be a decent money. And we are giving cash prizes, so you can spend on whatever you like, whatever you, the thing you love to buy, it'll be your money. So Shamin, can you note down? There'll be a, we need to put that in an email to parents as well. So every child who go above 50%, they get a prize beside the three winners. Any more questions about prizes? So keep an eye on WhatsApp, ask your parents if they get it straight away, tell you. Anything come from Young Innovator Australia, please like our Facebook page. Sorry, I'll also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Can you give it YouTube channel link to everyone? Because this way you will automatically know when we upload something. And once you give the URL of your thing, we will also promote you as well to get you more likes. The whole idea is to help you to grow. Shamin asked that if anyone needs to know the participation number, just send me their name and she can look it in the spreadsheet. And as I said, they're not, there's a huge possibility of winning bigger prizes because I can see that the participant number is a more chances you can win. Shan, you want to add something while we're waiting for question? Rizwan asked, please consider price distribution based on age, 7 to 10 and 10 plus. Excellent suggestion. As I say, we are very flexible people. Our focus is towards to make you learn, not to make you lose. So we just take, Shamin, take this question, put it in the comments for a meeting. So we will discuss it.
I'm about to finish here, and I'll send you the link in a second if you'd like.
Okay, all right. That'll be really nice if you give it nice. We can show them the web page is complete, so they need to get everything from one place.
Just the marking criteria section is a little bit,
No problem.
otherwise it's done. So I'll just quickly.
You will get an email. They will get an email. So all you have to do, like our YouTube page. Shamin, did you send to? YouTube channel is called tinyurl.com/YIN YTC YouTube channel. So this way you will know first, anything we upload, you know it. The second thing, we send WhatsApp messages personally to your parents. And the third thing, same message, we also send an email as well. And the best thing is, we don't mind if you send a message to us. So this is the URL for the, you can copy paste all the things from the chat. So just go and subscribe now. I'm already logged in, so that's why it's giving me all the things. So that's our YouTube channel. And Sean is working on it.
What is going on here?
It's okay, it's okay. See, all the videos are here. It's coming through. It's okay, Shan. There's no,
Yeah, that
you
bottom
can,
part right now glitching out. I'll fix that now.
no problem. It's okay. Take your time. No rush.
But you'll see the
And also you guys can join our club as well. You can see you're learning a heaps. In the last 2 years, Shan learned a lot of skills. And we have a young innovator club where you learn extra skills. You have your own free training actually. But if any of you children interested to be part of a public speaking course, just message us as well. So whenever the next one come, we will be inviting you for that. And you don't have to pay for it because you have a creative vouchers which government pays for you.
But yeah, the part of the website that matters is basically where the submit speech now is. You'll notice that button will take you straight away to the form that you need to access.
Yeah.
So I'm still working on the website, don't worry about that. And above that button, you'll see, could you scroll up? Yep, above that button, you'll see the full playlist of everything you need to do, starting from the welcome all the way up to your chest badge. This includes steps 1 all the way up till step 6, and also a video on the marking criteria. There'll be an image of the marking criteria after I fix everything up. So by tonight, expect everything to be there and ready. Otherwise, good luck to everyone. Shafqat, I'll just let you continue while I work on this.
Okay. Thank you. Really appreciate everybody. Thank you very much. Very excited. Very excited. So especially your question tells me you know a lot and you're very passionate what you are participating in. And the people who didn't turn up, they might look through the recording. But that's where you guys will stand out because you know a lot more than what they who did not join. Good luck to you, all of you. We are here for the questions, but otherwise we close the session. As I said, like our page, so you will be in touch. Then you will say, I didn't get anything because we upload the same thing to multiple locations, WhatsApp, email, on our channel, web page, and our Facebook page as the same thing. So just make sure you get it. Thank you, comment. Rizwan said, thanks a lot for your effort. You guys are getting it trend and benchmark in migrant communities. Appreciate it. That's what we need to do. We need to stand out. We need to be in a leading position because we have the capacity. It's just we need to work together. And this country is built by the migrants. So we should be in the front. Etisham, thank you to you as well. You gave it time, plenty of time. You were generous and you show the patience. If there's no more question, we will close the session. But otherwise, I'm happy to give you time. If you have any question, one-to-one or something you want to ask, open your mic. Because we dedicated this time for you guys. But otherwise, as I said,